Hey guys, Kev here, and I'm going to do a quick disassembly first impressions of the MBK Pinscher. So, big shout out to Sanford Owen and MBK, Ray Laconico, for being so awesome. I bought this from them like last Saturday when they dropped them. It shipped like the next day. It got here like 2 days later. They kill it right before Blade Show. Now, I will say this one has a slight issue, and of course, Sanford's going to take care of it. No problem. He's sending me a new one, and we'll be all good. So I'm not worried about that. But I did put skiff bearings in here, so I figure why not show the disassembly, take the skiffs out, and we'd be good to go, right? So I can send it back. The issue is just this lock bar travels, so if I go and show you, I can push it over. See that? And now it'll have stick. Right. So you can do that easily. And I noticed something was weird about the lock bar. It just seems really easy to move around, even though the detent's perfect. Now that would be fine if I couldn't move it this way. I wouldn't care that it's easy to move over. It has a over travel stop. I don't know if you can see that. Oop, you can see it in there, right? The over travel stop. So that's all good. But the fact that you can push it in like that, oh God, sorry, pile of stuff I have to ship just fell over. Okay, I need to get into there anyway, so I'm just gonna move all this. Sorry, lefty unedited as usual, messing up everything. Jesus. Okay. So I do want to say thank you to anybody who supports the channel. Really appreciate that. My Patreon is linked right below in the description if you're interested in signing up. I try to do giveaways in there whenever I can. I've been slacking a little bit the last month or so, but I've given away modded knives. I've given away random knives. I do have a knife coming in that I will be giving away on there. It is the Damn Designs Gin XL. I won that. It's a pass-around knife. It's a prototype in my Carta. I'm probably just going to give that away to Patreon because I wasn't a big fan of that knife. That is going to probably be the only one of those, unless he made a couple prototypes in existence. So if you're interested in that, sign up for the Patreon. I also have links to a bunch of affiliate stuff down there that benefits you and the channel. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, I'd really appreciate that. Hit the like button, notification bell, all that good stuff. I figure it's time I start promoting the channel a little bit more. But I also want to promote other people. And in this case, I just said I love Monterey Bay Knives. Please go check them out on Instagram or check out their website, linked below. I love Ray Laconico. He does some of the best design work in the game. And I love the knife modders who work with Sanford and Ray Laconico at MBK. Go check out the knife modders on YouTube, on Instagram. They do some amazing work. So big shout out to all those people. Really appreciate them all and what they bring and do for the knife community. So, I'm gonna get out my driver. I need to get a new bit because I actually threw this bit away when I did a video about my drivers earlier. I have this thing right here of 30 T8s. Looks like I'm down quite a chunk, but that's okay. It was like 25 bucks. I mean, you can't beat that. Very, very good Weehaw bits. And it's very, very important to have a very clean bit when you are taking knives apart like this, especially a $200 knife, right? So let's find our pivot, take it out. This is a very simple construction. I did put some Loctite in there so you can see that, of course. Just get a little air in there. Pardon the sound. Close your eyes. I'm wondering if I'm even going to need alcohol. We'll see. I think it's all T8. Yes, it is. You're talking about a pivot screw and 2 body screws to get in here. Bang. skips. Yeah, I do need to clean this. Let's grab this. I actually need to, real quick, get into the knife case that I have because I have the package down here. Where's the MBK pouch? There it is. Sorry about that. So they send it with extra hardware, and I'm pretty sure I put the bearings in here. Yep. So it's really cool that they give you... It's really cool that they give you an extra set of hardware. That I almost dropped a screw of. Let me just make sure. Nope, I don't think there is anything else. Do a discount double check. Found a bug. Nope. Okay. No screws or anything. We're good. It's all in here. So put that away. Here's the wrapper for the knife. I'll put it in there when I'm done. And I'll put it in the pouch probably. He's going to send me everything I need to send it back. Oh, put this in here. I think he said he was going to send me a label and all that stuff, which is awesome. Sanford is the man, guys. But I'm sure you knew that already. You have a D-shaped pivot, which is cool. Lots of milling, which is awesome. This thing is very lightweight. Look how thin that titanium is. They did make versions with fat carbon inlays, which is pretty cool. Kind of want one of those. The reason I want one is because it comes with ZDP 189 steel. But I think Sanford said he was going to be able to send me the replacement is going to be in ZDP 189. And the reason I want that is because it'll match my slayback that I love so much. And I just love that steel. I mean, that hardness, 66, 67. As good as M390 is, I just think that's better. But so we'll see if it ends up being a fat carbon one or if it's just a plain one like this, which is perfectly fine. It's probably what I'd prefer, honestly. But yeah, here's that lock bar. Let's take a close look at that. So again, nice milling, great backspacer, internal stop pen, which is an excellent design. I love that. Yeah, I mean, it looks geometry-wise, it looks good. So I don't know what's going on there. Probably my guess when he gets it back is he could just replace the insert there and it'll probably fix the problem for the next person. Although, is this loose? I wonder if that's loose. Let me check a T6. Probably not the best idea, but let's see. No, it's in there. That's tight. So, yeah, he's probably going to be able to just swap the insert and fix this, and it'll be good to go, and then he can use it for whatever. As long as it doesn't have that over travel, the knife is in fantastic condition. So, check. I always like to make sure all the bearings are in there because I actually had one recently where the bearings were missing. One of them was missing, and I was like, oop. This is the Pinscher blade, man. It's just a blown up min pin. It's so sexy, isn't it? MBK, Ray Laconico, and then M390. All right. So let's get into putting it back together. Should be a very simple process. We want to put the pivot through this side, right? I think so. Yep. And then we want it facing down, right? Yep. Nope. Yep. You want that D shape. You want the D facing down. Let me get some KP Schnezzies. As I said earlier, there's links down below to all the affiliate stuff I have. KPL Knife Pivot Lube is one of those. Absolutely the best lubricant you can get, in my opinion, of course. I love it. So drop that in. I always like the bearings facing that way. Let's see, which way are we going on? This way, okay. Pop, pop. Put a little bit on there. Get my KPL heavy, even though I'm not going to be, you know, using this knife. I'm just going to put it away after this to be safe. I'm still going to lube it up as if it was going to be used by me or whoever. I love internal stop pins, guys. It just makes my life so much easier putting a knife back together. You never have to worry about the stop pin falling out or like being a pain in the ass. It's just, I don't know, I just prefer it that way. This guy in here. I will say Monterey Bay uses really good bearings. I mean, they're similar to everybody else, but I don't know. I've never had issues with them. I don't really think they need to be replaced. I just kind of felt like it because I'm bougie. What's going on here with the pivot? I think we're lined up pretty good. Let's see. Action on this knife is stupid. Yeah, we're good. The action on this knife is just dumb. So normally I like to put the body screws in first. Oh, God. Luckily I slipped off to the side. Come on. I like to do the body screws first so I can set everything, not tighten them all the way. Do the pivot and then come back, but I wasn't sure that pivot was going to go through. So that's tight. We're dead nuts on centering without even trying. So let's see. Detent, absolutely perfect on this knife. It's a little loose. There we go. Tight. So this is what I noticed. Oh, wow. My nail is really jacked up. Cut through it, actually, so I'm trying to be careful. What I noticed with this knife, and what I thought was weird about the lock bar, and it was before I realized you could shove it over, and I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but when you disengage this, you'll see I'm pushing it all the way over. I can turn this knife over, and it'll just hang there. And then you have to shake it for it to drop. And once it drops, it's a freaking guillotine, right? Like, if I get it past here... Sorry, I'm trying. I don't know what that was about. Hang on a second. Try not to hit my nail, so it's a little bit harder. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's weird. Now it's being weird. Maybe I tightened it too much. Yeah, that's possible. A little bit of play, so no play. There it is. Okay, so see that? Now it's perfect, right? But I don't know. The way I had it at one point, it was just like it would hang right here, even with the lock bar pushed over. It would just sit like this. Seems like I fixed that with just tuning in a little bit. Slightest, ever so slightest blade play. No play. And there it sits up there. You see that? I don't know. It's weird to me. Normally a knife will drop even a little bit, you know. But I think it just has to do with that lock bar. Anyway, micro adjustment. Let me see if I can get it to drop. Look at that. Tiniest adjustment in it now is... but yeah, so we're good to go on this. Again, dead centered. The centering's great. The finish is absolutely fantastic on this knife. It has the awesome Laconico flipper tab on it. It's just sexy. It has their awesome clip, which you could probably swap with a Timascus clip if you wanted to. Just an excellent design. The detent, my goodness, It's perfect. It's not too strong where it hurts to deploy, and it's like stupid perfect. Like you can't feel it, yet it's soft almost. Like it, when it breaks, it just, you don't feel any pressure. It's just an amazing detent, guys. I don't know how to explain it. It drops shut. You don't have any issues with the detent ball, because right here is where it breaks. If you've ever seen Knife Nerdery, I believe his channel is called, Kevin from Knife Nerdery, he talks about the angle of the detent and where it breaks, right? Because that's important on a knife. To me, it's important because I'm left-handed, and if the knife breaks right here, it sucks because I go to shake it closed and then it's still stuck on the detent. And I'll show you a perfect example. I actually have another MBK here, the Turbo. When you're right-handed, well, first, let me show you where the detent breaks on this one. So I disengage the lock and it catches on the detent ball. So essentially, where the detent ball pops off the blade and now, or onto the blade, I think, actually. It pops onto the blade and then rides all the way down and then back off of the blade, or into the hole. Yeah, sorry. I'm an idiot. Just bear with me. Where that happens on this knife is all the way up there, right? Unless you push the lock bar over and hold it while you're dropping it, right? It might go past it, but right here is where it breaks on that. And you see that angle, right? On this knife, it's right here. Push the lock bar, and it literally almost immediately is on that detent ball. And once it passes, it's free to drop. Right? So, where that's a problem left-handed, well, let me just show you this part first. So, that's where it is on this knife. Disengage, and it's right there. You see how much different that angle is? I'll hold these perfectly vertical. So they're horizontal, sorry. Look at how much more of an angle you have on this one compared to that one, right? And for a righty, it's not as big of a deal because you can push past it. Well, see, the flipper gets stuck sometimes. If you go low enough, you can push past it, and then you're already dropping, right? But as a lefty, I disengage, and then I can get to here where that's where it catches, right? But the flipper tad's like hitting me at this point already. So I get to here, and now I want to shake it closed. Well, I have to then break through that detent to get it to close. Where on this knife, left-handed, it literally breaks immediately, and now I'm through. Right? Like, I'm never going to get caught right here, like, trying to do this. I'm always going to go past, I'm always going to go past that point. So, as a lefty, the earlier that detent breaks, the better it is. That's just the rule, right? As a lefty. Nobody thinks about that, of course, but us lefties do. So this knife just is not fun for me because I do that, and then it snaps back up. It, like, does the double check or whatever people call it. So this knife is perfect for a lefty. You pass right over it. So anyway, I just wanted to point that out. That's something I've been meaning to talk about. Ergos, dude, it's 3.5 inch blade. I guess 4.5 inch on the handle. Actually, I'll measure it for you. Sorry, this is going to go long, but that's how my videos are. All right, here we go. So you're talking 3.5 on the blade, like I said. 8 and whatever that is, 8 1/16, I think it would be, right? 8 1/16 overall. So your handle length is 4.5, just like I thought. So 3.5 on the blade, 4.5 on the handle, 8 1/16 overall. That is a perfect size knife, in my opinion. If you want to see a comparison, something in the same range, I have Evo 2.0 is going to be the same size. Almost exactly, because it's 3.5 inches, 4.5 inches. Vero Engineering Axon. This is a lefty, but shouldn't make a difference. 3.5 inches, 4.5 inches. These are identical. So if you have one of these knives, boom, you know exactly how big this knife is. And you can see the handle, same length, right? Just this one's more neutral and has that flipper tab, so that's a difference. You're going to be able to choke up on this up to here, right? Whereas on this one, you're going to have to be back here, or you're going to have to go up in front of the choil or the flipper, which works great. This has a great flipper choil, as I like to call it, because I'm not afraid of touching that edge. There's some knives where, you know, I'm just afraid of it. Like, where's that tactile here? The Rockwall here. This is comfortable, but look how close I am to the edge. I'm kind of hanging over it, honestly. So if I bore down, I don't know. I'd have issues with this. If I bear down, I don't have an issue. I'm not actually engaging that edge. That makes a big difference to me anyway. So anything else that people would know size-wise, something a little different. I don't really have anything. Here's the Stinger from Ferrum Forge. Maybe that'll help. Just want to show you guys something that's not uber expensive knife. There. So obviously a bit smaller, talking 3 1/4, and I don't know, 4 inches on the handle. But there's a size comparison for you. Ergos. Okay. So again, very neutral to back here. The only thing I could think of is if you have a really chunky hand, like my brother Kyle, that might catch you, and you might have something resting on that. That might be annoying. But if you have, like me, a large glove-sized hand or smaller, you're going to be inside of that pocket. And for me, I'm spread out just fine. I'm not feeling cramped at all, and I have excellent control. No jimping of any sort. Just feels really good. And then I have this choke-up point where I can go into the poon spoon, and now I have excellent control. I am sending this back, but I don't think Sanford's going to care if I cut a little paper. M390. Oops. Okay, hang on. Let me just... Maybe I got something caught there. I just don't know how to cut. I always try to cut like this. I think I need to cut down a little more, like, you know, instead of... Well, okay, whatever. It's very, very good in the cutting department. It's just an excellent knife, guys. It's just another home run from Ray Laconico and MBK. And again, if you have any issues like I did with this lock bar, you just contact them. They will take care of it. I said, hey, man, I'll send it back. He said, no. I'm going to send you a new one, and it's going to have a return label and a package in there, whatever, so a mailer, so you can get it back to me. No worries. That's my bad. And I was like, okay. So you can be rest assured that their customer service is top-notch, some of the best in the game. That's why I love MBK. You guys will notice it's a theme with my channel. If there's a company that has this excellent customer service and I experience it, I tend to really love that company, promote that company, buy their knives, and, you know, so promote them. That's just how I am. I'm loyal, and customer service is the field I work in. I know a lot about it. I've experienced all different ends of it, and having good customer service is one of the top priorities if you are going to be a business that sells products to people, especially to consumer. You know, if you're business to business, I get it. That's a little different. But B2C, you really need to nail your customer service down. And MBK does that so well. So I love you all. I really appreciate you letting me rant and rave. And again, go check out Knife Nerdery. Kevin is an awesome dude. I love watching his videos. I love how he explains things. He kind of does similar stuff to me. He'll do disassemblies. He'll show tweakings. He'll show why the detent's good, why the whatever. But he explains it well. Like, he actually knows what he's talking about, where I'm just like, this is good because it feels good. You know, he will actually tell you why it is feeling good, you know. I don't have that type of brain. I'm not an engineer. I don't think like that. Obviously, I love to learn, and that's something that you get to do on his channel. Plus, he's just a really awesome dude. So please go check out Knife Nerdery. I'll link it below. Hopefully, I'll remember. I'll try to link it below. I think you guys will enjoy it, and why wouldn't you enjoy another Kevin, you know? Knife community can use a lot more Kevin. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.